drove yourself in debt. Disclaimer: credentials from the School of Hard Knocks, University of Life, not a licensed advisor. Debt is an underlying stressor that remains on your subconscious until it's paid off. For the sake of this video, I want to focus on the pitfalls of car loans and how you need to pay cash instead. It's best to reserve the privilege of brand new car ownership to seven-figure earners, or at least when your net worth is $1 million. Ideally, you should be financially prepared before buying any vehicle. Nobody plans to go in debt. Often we find ourselves existing without financial preparation, neglecting to establish rules for money. In just a few misguided decisions, a young adult can go from new career to broke in short order. Sounds familiar? Even though I've always maintained employment, I too overcame debt many years ago. Certainly, some of my viewers at whatever age are struggling right now and wish to press factory reset. Well, since that's physically impossible, I present a realistic perspective worthy of your review. Sell your overpriced car and buy a used Crown Victoria. Allocate every dollar earned towards balancing your budget. Okay, easier said than done. Kind of feel trapped, don't you? Most likely you're going to have to ride this car loan through to the end of term, especially if the value is upside down. The message that will blaringly be clear here is to never finance. Instead, buy a car outright with the money you have saved up. Unfortunately, the necessities to function in this world won't wait for you to get your affairs in order. Consequently, most people in this predicament are drawn towards dealership auto financing. It's a circumstance that invites buyers to purchase a vehicle with terms and conditions more costly than they can honestly afford. This arrangement often sets the stage for crippling debt to compound with their ongoing living expenses. An interest-based loan is literally paying money for money. You will be charged thousands of dollars on top of the principal balance for the convenience to make years of installment payments. The longer the term, the higher in interest fees. So basically, you're paying more to borrow the money than the car was originally worth. In my opinion, a car loan should only be applied for if an emergency situation arises. This is not to be misused as an unlimited budget, nor the opportunity to seek your dream car. Credit score impacts the overall cost of your car loan and insurance premium. Your diligence is critical to compare banks with the lowest interest rate and shortest repayment term. If you're experiencing this scenario, your vehicle choice should be limited only to the most affordable, reliable automobile available. Financing a car through a bank or credit union isn't the end of the world. If you're smart about the responsibility, it can actually instill money management skills and force you to follow a budget. Listen, my personal value of money was cultivated over a period of trial and error. I built my creditworthiness on the roller coaster of risk. I've never filed for bankruptcy or missed a payment, but it was relentless grinding just to keep up. Thankfully, it worked out. However, wealth building was not a possibility down this path. As I mentioned prior, I overcame debt and only realized the value of money after paying off the credit cards and new car purchases. I know I'm contradicting myself, but what I'm advocating are the lessons I've learned. Face to face with money. Paying off debt is a long game. It requires patience with a purpose. Step 1. Look in the mirror and forgive your ignorance. Get help. Seek example from a vetted mentor to measure accountability. Break the spell. Unsubscribe to the fear of missing out. Attitude adjustment. Respect statistics and discover the power in the word budget. Define priorities. Create a financial plan to reach your goals, but flexible enough to stay dedicated. Thumbnail quarterly updates of your debt to the closet door. If you dare to be held accountable by the entire household, post it on the refrigerator too. Keep your money safe. Savings account. Deposit a minimum of 3 months' worth of expenses in the event of a medical crisis or job loss. Also include amounts for any possible or unexpected auto, home, health insurance deductible. Basically, establish an emergency fund. There is nothing more financially debilitating than living check to check. It will make you scared to change employment or become an entrepreneur. Debit card. Convenient for frequent, trustworthy local transactions, grocery store, and neighborhood fuel station. Don't connect overdraft. You must only spend what's designated. If security is breached, delays will occur and possible frozen funds. So the less merchants, the better. Credit card. Use only for reservations, secure online purchases, travel expenses, and unprepared emergencies. The dispute protection is user-friendly for the cardholder. In most cases, you won't skip a beat. Be sure to pay your charges in full and never leave a balance to be subject to fees. Paper checks. Checking account. Use exclusively for automatic clearinghouse, electronic bill payments, and initiate each scheduled payment directly with your service provider, Verizon, American Express, or utility company. Written payment is obsolete. Avoid using checks at all costs. Highly susceptible to fraud and alterations. These days, no human eye should see your full account number. Venmo, PayPal, Zelle, and other person-to-person electronic pay apps. Used to keep your account info private for various services and marketplace transactions. If you have a friend or family in need, gift only what you can afford. Banks provide loans. You are not a bank. Cold hard cash. Spend everywhere that's safe to handle in public, especially where a receipt is not required. Conclusion. Don't live by the shortcut.